very first pottery class. Voila. No way. Oh, I don't like how it feels. I don't know if I did that. Maybe I did it right. Hello friends and welcome to today's video. I am so excited for this video because if you are anything like me and have been searching for something kind of new and exciting, well, I hope that today's video inspires you because we're going to be trying out some new hobbies. As a gal in her 20s who semi-recently graduated from college and has been searching for fun and fulfilling things to kind of fuel my creativity and just make life more full and fun, I'm hoping that this video kind of gets me to step out of my comfort zone and discover some new hobbies that I can implement into my life to just make life better. So if you've been searching for something, this video is your motivation and inspiration, and I hope that we're able to find some new hobbies together. I am a girl who already has a ton of hobbies, and most of those are arts and crafts, and if you want to follow along with any of the other hobbies that I already have, such as knitting and crocheting and sewing and painting and those things, make sure to check out my other socials. But other than that, let's get into today's video. Hi friends! I am so excited for this. I'm honestly a little bit nervous. I don't really know why. I signed myself up for a ceramics class that's happening tonight. It is a 3-hour long class, which I feel like is kind of long. I've taken one ceramics class before, but I think it was only like an hour or 2 hours, and it was just making a bowl, and I was really bad at it. And I've always wanted to go back since, but I did that class in college, and the class was kind of far, and it was like a one-time thing, so I never kept up with it. But I am kind of hoping that this can be a long-term hobby. But I will say, whenever you're trying out new hobbies or anything in life, something I fall into is like getting in over my head and like thinking it's gonna be some big huge thing in my life before I even try it. So I'm trying to not put too much pressure on any of these hobbies this week. I don't know why, but trying something new sometimes, even if it's something I'm really excited for and has been on my bucket list for so long, can still be nerve-wracking. Like, tell me why I've been kind of nervous for this all week. This class is from like 6:30 to 9:30. Y'all, I'm usually not in bed, but I'm usually showered, drinking my evening tea by 9 p.m. which is so funny. It's not even like I'm going to the club. I'm going to the ceramic studio, but being out at 9:30 feels unnatural to me. But that is exactly what this video is about, getting outside of our comfort zone, whatever that might look like for you, and I'm excited for this. I am. So thank you for coming with me. I'm about to head out the door. This is what I'm wearing. I actually have very little idea what I'm supposed to wear, but my art instructor said to get ready to get messy. So I'm wearing things that I'm okay to get messy in. For this first like intro class, I'm taking it with a friend, and in general, if you want to get into a new hobby, I think doing it with a friend or with a group is such a great way, not only to like make memories or make friends, but also to make a new hobby a little bit more approachable, because things are so much easier when you're doing it with another person, not completely by yourself. Like, I'm telling you, I would be 10 times more nervous if I was going in this alone. That's my tip. Let's go to our very first pottery class. I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into with this ceramics class. There was very little detail at the place I found, but it was the sweetest old lady teaching us, and all of the work in here was her own ceramic art, which was so cool to look at. She just had my friend and I start off with some hand building, which was honestly just like being a kid again and playing around with Play-Doh. I do a lot of creative arts and crafts and knitting and crocheting and sewing, as you guys have seen on my channel, but doing something completely freestyle is still somehow kind of out of my comfort zone. I'm so used to seeing things on Pinterest or social media and trying to recreate it, but here it was just silence and you and the clay, and it was such a nice change of pace. So genuinely, what this class ended up being was 3 hours of time just with this huge cube of clay, and we made whatever our minds could think of. I ended up making this little cup, an espresso cup, and then also I was trying to make like a little matcha whisk stand. I don't really think the whisk stand is gonna work out, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I already bought one because I'm pretty confident it's not gonna work, but nonetheless, your first creations are something so special, and even if they're so wonky and not functional, I will find a way to use them. I just wanted to update you on my very first ceramics class. I ended up getting back really late last night because the class ended at like 9:30, and then my friend and I got dinner, so I got back really late. I crashed before I could film a little update for you, but I tried to get some footage while I was there and I was able to get a little bit, but we ended up just doing very like intro hand building stuff, and it was so fun. It was so peaceful. I'm someone who's always doing something, whether it's like listening to a book or music. I feel like I always have some kind of like multitasking. When we were just sitting there like playing with clay, I just felt very centered, very focused on my clay and my clay only. I don't know how much I'll be able to show you in this video by the time I upload it. I am so happy, and honestly I just felt very proud of myself for like doing the thing. Ceramics is a thing I've been wanting to do and try for a really long time, and I like couldn't make the time to do it in college. I'm very proud of myself for taking the first step of doing it. I honestly think making the first move, taking the first step of booking a class is the hardest part, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. It was really rewarding. It was so fun. It was so relaxing, and I'm excited to hopefully keep at it. So I would say so far this video and trying these new hobbies has been such a win. Hello! We are in the kitchen for hobby number 2. And oh so surprisingly, we are not doing any kind of baking. No. We are trying a new hobby, which is cooking. Which is so vague, but here's the thing. I will cook. I will cook real food. I like enjoy it, but I slip into very like simple routine recipes, which I know we all have our go-to recipes. I always make like salmon or stir fry or something with eggs, but today we are challenging ourselves with a new hobby, which for me is gonna be cooking following 1, an actual recipe, and 2, this is the banger, cooking with meat. Because like any other 20-year-old girl, I am very afraid of chicken and salmonella and food poisoning, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it today. I'm on a high from my ceramics class last night and I am craving pad thai. So we're gonna be cooking it up, chefing it up today. I found myself a little recipe that we're gonna follow. Now I have cooked Thai food before. However, Alex always makes the meat and I'll do anything else. I'll do anything else but touch the meat and like look at the meat and cut the meat. But no, we're doing better than that today. I have taken it upon myself to already start defrosting the meat. So while that continues to defrost, we're going to cut up and prep all of the other ingredients, which is just some veggies, some tofu, and once the meat's defrosted, then we will tackle the beast. My biggest fear. Cue the chopping montage. Guys, it has been a little while, but I finally finished all of my chopping. I just made the sauce. I am shocked to believe that in this recipe, at least, the main ingredient is brown sugar. Our chicken is now about defrosted, so we're gonna be doing the dreadful part. But once we do this, I hate touching it. Once we do this, guys, we will be ready to just about start cooking. Prep takes the longest. I've washed my hands more times than I can count because of the chicken. My hands are already so dry. They're gonna actually be like cracked to the bone after this. Not really sure why I just washed that. I'm literally gonna cut this. All right, the way I see it with chicken is, one, you could use a meat thermometer, but this recipe calls for just like pan frying it, and it says an amount of time, but it doesn't say like what cut I guess the chicken should be. So the way I see it, if I make my chicken bits as small and thin as possible. Of course, I'm already gonna cook them until they're so dry, but I'm just gonna try to cut chicken pretty dang thin. That is the game plan. This sounds really, really dramatic, guys, but I think I have only cooked chicken maybe one other time in my life all by myself, like when I'm not cooking with my family or with Alex. It did turn out okay, and I'm trying to change that. That's the whole point of this hobbies video too. But I'm just so content with eating tofu or beans or salmon or eggs that I just like don't put in the effort to cook protein for myself. But I do feel like it's a skill that I should have at this age, at the ripe age of 23. I will say, the more you touch it, the more you kind of grow numb to it. But I was always a girl who would just eat pre-cooked chicken. I'll buy any kind of like frozen or even not frozen like pre-cooked meat, and I'll just use a little bit of that because I don't even eat that much meat to begin with. But you know what? That is not the point of this. This is more to prove to myself that I can do it. I'm not afraid. I can make a bomb pad thai. Also, not that anyone was wondering, but if you were, the reason that I have so decided on pad thai is because I love Thai food. It's probably my favorite type of food. I used to eat it all the time, and I still eat it a good amount, but I have a pretty severe nut allergy, and more recently, I've been having a lot of like accidental peanuts pop up in my supposedly nut-free dishes. So I've been kind of forced to take a break with my favorite type of food, which has been quite sad for me. But if I learn how to perfect making pad thai at home, it will be a game changer. I'm getting kind of sick of doing this. All right, guys, we have our water boiling behind us. We have all the veggies, meat, everything prepped and ready to get cooking. It is go time. We're locking in. Let's get to chefing it up. My goodness, guys, I'm working up a sweat in here. It's about finished. I'm gonna give it just a little taste test. I'm definitely a taste as you go kind of girl. Okay, it's actually really good. I will say, I'm not just saying this for the video. I think it tastes better than it looks. It looks very light, but I can definitely taste the sauce. I'm kind of astonished because I thought it was gonna be crazy sweet because there's so much sugar. But maybe pad thai always has this much sugar. Literally had like half a cup of sugar in it. Wait, this is so good. And it's chill. I'm about to eat the whole thing before I even plate myself. Let's make myself a nice little bowl. Voila. This is our finished chicken pad thai. That was actually like 2 hours in the kitchen, but it was so worth it. I'm so excited to eat this. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so rewarding. Let's take our first real bite together. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, let's be brave. Let's try a piece of chicken that I cooked all by myself. Cooked. That wasn't so bad. I know this is really, really dramatic for some people, but I'm pretty afraid of a lot of foods, so this is a big step for me. It's so good. Oh my gosh, 2 hobby successes in a row. I'm gonna have to keep up this cooking meat thing. Hi guys, on to our third hobby for this video. It's not so much a hobby, I guess it could be a hobby, but a little bit more of a collectible. But this is something that is so embarrassingly like I've had for a long time and I've been meaning to do. It was a gift from my lovely friend, and when I received this I was like, oh my gosh, this is so me. I am so excited. And then I got distracted by knitting or crocheting or something. But long story short, today is the day we are starting this new hobby. I'm gonna be making this little like book nook, and this one is so precious, so beautiful. I know not only is the process gonna be fun, but having this finished is gonna be the best thing ever. I'm so excited to put it on my bookshelf up here, and I know there's so many, oh, you can see there are so many different ones that you can make, and there's like variations too. I don't think they all have to be like in between books, but this one is so cute. I think it even has lights. It has like a little coffee shop. So let's build this. This is gonna be my new hyper fixation. Out of everything in this video, this is probably what's gonna stick. Unfortunately, not the cooking. I think this is gonna take so much longer than I was thinking. No way. Y'all, I'm gonna be painting something. What in the heck? Look at these materials. They even gave me like coffee cups and these little kittens and glue and a tiny brush. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to start this. This is what we're making. You know what? I don't know if you guys remember in my moving into my first apartment era, but I went crazy on the building and the IKEA pamphlets. So if I could do that, heck, I think I can do this. I can do anything. Wow, this is mad detailed. You are like literally building a little tiny town from scratch. Like, look how many pages there are. I don't know why. I feel like my dad would like doing this. Not actually, he probably wouldn't, but not this one, but he would probably like it if it was like not a cutesy little girly coffee shop town. What have I gotten myself into? It's like I underestimate every single hobby in the world. But you know what? It's not about that. It's not about the time it takes. It's about the joy. So, wow, look at, like, it's all wood cut out. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get familiar with the instructions. We have to follow the instructions, especially for something like this. I am not joking, guys. This thing is dense. It is thorough. I feel like I am studying. Guys, I've been looking through like the instructions and I got started on the very first step, and this thing is so detailed. Like, it has a tiny paintbrush for you to paint little things. It has small stickers. It has textures and colors and prints for everything. Like, it is so thought through. We are on the ending part of step one right now. Let's see how much we can get done today. You see how tiny this is right now? You can't even see me working on it. It's so small. Have one plant and a post box. That was step 2. The attention to detail on this is actually amazing. Second plant. According to my timer, I've been working on this for an hour 15 already, and I am on the second page. At least we made it to the second page. I am on step 6. I am motivated because, like, look how detailed all of this is. Like, I cannot wait to get to these window details. And did I mention, I don't know how to do this part. There will be instructions, but like, I'm gonna be doing some wiring stuff. I don't know. There's gonna be lights. I don't know, guys. I'm a little nervous for that part. Let me show you this. It's a little coffee table. I made these flowers too. Are you kidding me? Like, I think it'll all so be worth it once it's done. But right now it's like, oh my gosh, I watched a full episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and all I did was make a little coffee stand and these 2 plants. But we're gonna keep working for a little bit longer today and I'll update you throughout the week. Hopefully I'll be able to get a good amount done. Alright guys, time for a little update. Today, I worked on my little book nook for a total of 2 hours and 10 minutes. And it is actually astonishing how little it looks like I got done. I have to put a pause on it now, but I'm so excited to continue working on this throughout the week. It's kind of therapeutic and I actually feel like a builder. If you are someone who loves following directions, like very clear directions, this will be for you because there's not one thing they did not think of. So I personally really like that, which is funny because if you've seen my knitting videos, someone just commented that I'm the most like type B knitter ever and it stresses them out, and that made me laugh because I am really type B with knitting and crocheting. I don't know what happened because I'm such a type A person. This is the state of my work table right now. Basically all I have done are these little like tiny things, but like guys, look how detailed some of them are. This actually took so long to make because I had to paint all the sides individually and then you attach it together to make door frame or whatever the heck this is gonna be. I made this door. This door is super cute. I can already imagine how fun it's gonna be to like actually assemble a little like alleyway or whatever it is together, because right now I'm just making individual pieces. Once it all comes together, it's gonna be so satisfying. But we're gonna have to put a pause on it for right now. Guys, it has been 4 days since I started this and she's finished. Let me show you. Are you kidding me? New hobby, electrician. It is so stinking cute. I'm gonna go put this on my bookshelf, but guys, this was a 10 out of 10 activity, hobby, whatever you want to call it. I had so much fun making this and seeing it come together. If you're really detail oriented, or if you like instructions or Legos, building IKEA furniture or anything miniature, this is for you. Or if you like books, I'm so excited to set this up on my bookshelf. I think it'll be so rewarding. Tried to time all of my shifts of doing this hobby, see like how long this actually took me to make, but I kept forgetting to turn on my timer. But for the past like 4 days, I've worked on it for probably an hour to 2 hours every day. I do think if you've made one before, it would probably be a lot easier, or if you're really good at following instructions. But I will say the instructions, they're very photo detail oriented, so they're pretty clear. Let's go set this up. Oh my goodness, guys. It is so cute. I don't think I'll be able to stop staring at it, but I think this adds so much to any bookshelf, and it was also just so fun to make. I am so happy that I tried this hobby out. Hello friends, friends, we are in the kitchen again today for the fourth and final hobby that I will be testing out in this video. Let me start off by explaining something that has always been on my bucket list slash something I've always wanted to do is know how to make my own bread. The goal would be to never have to buy store-bought bread again, like make every loaf fresh. However, I was doing a little research on how to make sourdough, and one, you need sourdough starter. You also need a lot of other supplies that I just did not have, slash it seemed a little more difficult than I anticipated. So that is still the goal eventually, but to start off my bread making hobby, we are gonna start with an easier, more beginner friendly bread, and a bread that I still love, which is Focaccia. So I found a friendly little TikTok recipe because I don't know, when it's in a like minute long TikTok video, it is so much easier and more digestible for me to like start, even if they just make it look easier and then I start making it and I'm like, oh, this is not that easy. But this video made it look pretty simple. It's just a lot of steps and a lot of like waiting in between. So let's get straight into making our first bread. Let me find that video. I've rewatched this video probably over 12 times by now, and I will link it below for the recipe that I'm gonna be following. Oh my gosh.
My same day focaccia.
When they crunch it, it looks so good. All right, let's just get started. First step, honey, yeast, extra virgin olive oil. We're warming up some water and a little whisk. That I used and too small of a whisk. What was I thinking? So you might be wondering, why bread? Well, one, I'm a girl who loves to eat some bread, but two, I feel like I've already done, not everything, but you know, I love to bake, so I've already done that. Hence my earlier hobby in this video, we've already been practicing our cooking. So it just seemed natural that like, I don't know, I feel like knowing how to bake a solid loaf of bread is something that just has to be done. However, I feel like I already did something wrong because this seems way too floury. Let's look at the recipe. Y'all, I don't know what I did wrong because mine looks like this. Hers looks like this. We just need to mix harder. Guys, this might not work. Like, this is too early to be messing up. Y'all, I'm not even being dramatic when I'm saying this is the most intense arm workout ever. I rewatched the video and she said that you can add more water to make it like her consistency. So I've added a good amount more water and we're getting closer. Oh my gosh, I want to be done mixing this already. I've gotten really lazy with my mixing too because now Alex will mix everything for me and I just do the measuring. But he's not here right now and I'm mixing the most thick ball of dough. Okay. I think it's looking good. So the last step was to just scrape down, okay, not the last step, but for this section, we just scrape down the dough, scrape down the side, and we're gonna let it sit for the first period, which is only 15 minutes. Looking, I don't know if I can say good, but looking decent. If I were in a class right now, I'd be giving myself like maybe a C, maybe C minus. Oh my gosh, I can't do it anymore though, my arms are tired. Okay. We're gonna cover this and we're gonna set our first timer. 15 minutes have passed and it is time for our next step, which is called stretch and folds. It sounds like a yoga position or something. Let's do a little reveal. It looks kind of exactly the same. Bowl of water, clean hands. We're gonna wet our hand and oh, I don't like how it feels. I don't know if I did maybe I did it right. You're supposed to just pull. I feel like, oh, I don't think I did this right. I feel like I'm a kid playing with my slime, but we're supposed to just stretch out our dough and fold it over, hence the name stretch and fold. I don't actually know how long I'm supposed to do this for, but we're supposed to kind of like shape it into a ball, I suppose. I need help. I feel like it's too stretchy. Anyways, what can you do? We're gonna let it rest for another 15 minutes. for a nice little walk. I came back to the apartment and guys, oh my gosh, it rose so much. This is exciting. You know how you can go like nose blind? When I came back in, I was like, oh my gosh, I smell my focaccia. After this, we only have one more waiting period, but this is genuinely like a 6-hour process. And this is on the quicker end of making bread, which is crazy. Final step for now is oiling a piece of parchment paper, and then we're gonna cover our bread for another, yeah guys, another hour and a half, I think. Oh my goodness. All right, I will see you in another hour and a half. Oh my gosh, it's grown so much. We have the oven preheating and all we have to do is dimple it, add our toppings, which I'm just gonna do rosemary and sea salt and keep it very basic. And then we're gonna put it in the oven and it'll finally be done. Y'all, I'm not being dramatic when I say I wish you could smell through the camera because it smells so good. I am a little bit nervous to do the big slice open because I have no clue if I did it right, but we're gonna do it together. This is a crap ton of bread though. It looks good. Okay, I don't even know how to cut a focaccia. Let me move you. Let's get the angle. Huge moment. This is looking promising. I hope this turns out good because you just watched me make this for the past however many minutes. And in reality, I think I've been making this for over 5 hours. Hold up, it looks really good. We need a plate, we need a test this. No freaking way. Not even to jinx it. I was half expecting this to be a bit of a fail. I hate to admit that I was doubting myself. Do you hear the crust? Y'all. Look at that. Freaking look at that. I made bread. All right, so it looks and the texture appears to be beautiful and perfect, but all of this means nothing if it tastes bad. So let's taste it. I'm gonna taste like bread. Not gonna lie, not salty enough, but that's my only complaint. The texture is good, everything else is good, and I plan on eating this with soup tonight, so I think it will be delicious with soup. Maybe the top of it's more salty. Not very salty. I will admit though, I think I'm like more salt than the average person, so it might be a my taste buds thing, not the recipe thing. Oh my gosh! No, I thought I forgot to take a photo of the finished bread before I cut it, but I did take a photo. I'm gonna stop eating bread now. Success! And eventually we will work our way up to a sourdough. I promise it here. One day. One day. All right, guys, I just wanted to end off this video and thank you so much for joining me on this little journey of trying out some new hobbies in my 20s. It is so fun kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to try out new things or things that you've been wanting to try for a while and just haven't gotten to. So I hope that this video motivated you or encouraged you to try out a new hobby no matter what it is. I will say I'm very proud of myself for the hobbies I did try out and I can see myself sticking with a lot of these. I'm proud of myself for even trying them to begin with, even if they aren't super regular. I just had so much fun doing this and I'm glad that you guys were able to join me as I tried out these new things. If you stayed till this point in the video, comment down below a hobby you've been wanting to try that is on your list, because maybe I'll try some of those out in my next video. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!